decapitation of Joseph. I don't know how to say it.
Mengele, whatever. Okay, Joseph Mengele, he was a notorious doctor of Auschwitz. He was known for doing experiments on people in the concentration camps. He has came to symbolize the manner in which medicine became a tool for genocide.
His childhood and family. Joseph Mengele was born March 16, 1911 in Duisburg, Bavaria, Germany. His parents were Karl and Roberta Mengele. Mengele was the oldest of 3 children. He did well in school, was interested in music, art, and skiing. On July 28, 1939, Mengele married Irene Schoenbein. He met her while working as a medical resident in Leipzig. They had one son together named Ralph, who was born in 1944. These are some pictures of him as a kid, and these are his siblings.
Education. Mengele completed high school in April 1930, studied medicine and philosophy at the University of Munich. In 1935, he earned a PhD in anthropology. In 1937, he became assistant to Dr. Otmar Fryer from Warsaw, a scientist conducting genetic research with an interest in twins. He did this stuff at the Institute for Hereditary Biology and Racial Hygiene in Frankfurt. He focused on genetic factors resulting in a cleft lip, palate, or cleft chin. His thesis on the subject earned him a cum laude doctorate in medicine in 1948.
This is a picture of the University of Munich that he attended school. His military career. Mengele's route to professorship was interrupted in 1938 through 1939 when he began his military experience by serving 6 months with the specially trained Mountain Light Infantry Regiment. In 1940, he was placed in the Reserve Medical Corps, following which he served 3 years with the Waffen SS unit. It was during this time period he was wounded and declared medically unfit for combat. Because he was acquitted with himself brilliantly in the face of enemy during the Eastern Campaign, he was promoted to rank of captain. Mengele was a dedicated Nazi and joined the SS around the time he earned his medical degree. When World War II broke out, he was sent to the Eastern Front as an officer to fight the Soviets. He earned an Iron Cross, 2nd class, for bravery in combat in the Ukraine in 1941. In 1942, he saved 2 German soldiers from a burning tank. So here's a drawing that I found of him. He was in the war.
Auschwitz. In 1943, von Schar, his guy he was working with for science, encouraged Mengele to apply to a transfer to the concentration camp. He took application because he foresaw the opportunity to undertake genetic research of human subjects. He was accepted and sent to Auschwitz. He was appointed chief physician of the Roman family camp, which was located at the subcamp at Birkenau. He was a member of the team of doctors assigned to selecting, so basically when people came in, he selected if they lived or if they died right away. A lot of the doctors, they hated that job. They became really drunk just to do it because it bothered them. But he thought it was fun. He would do it whenever he didn't have to. He was whistling and smiling. He thought it was the best time because he wanted to find subjects for his experiments. According to the doctors who served at Auschwitz, Mengele was in total agreement with the brutal administration at Auschwitz. He believed that the prisoners were less than human and acted upon that belief. There were several known cases where he personally murdered inmates, either with his pistol or with fatal injections of heroin.
This was a picture of the Auschwitz concentration camp. The experiments. Mengele tried many experiments on children to kill them, and some of the experiments included patients put in pressure chambers, tested with drugs, castrated, frozen to death, and exposed to various other traumas. Mengele was very interested in twin studies. The twins were usually murdered after experiment was over, and they were usually without anesthesia, transfusion of blood from one to another, isolation endurance, reaction to various stimuli. The doctors usually made injections with lethal germs. Miguel was supervised an operation by which two gypsy children were sewn together to create Siamese twins. The hands of the children became badly infected where the veins had been receded. He was also interested in dwarfs, heterochromium, iridium, and people with physical abnormalities. That's a picture where they sew the twins together, and then that just shows him being evil. And then he's doing experiments.
The one thing he liked people with different colored eyes, and he did a lot of experiments with that. He would inject things in their eyes and try and change their colors of their eyes, which just blinded them. After the war, they knew that the Soviets were coming, so they basically, while him and the other Nazis, they escaped, and because his dad owned a farm equipment company, he just went around Germany and was a farmhand. He made money that way. He just stayed low. But he was the second one in Nazi, and so he went to Argentina.
When he first got to Argentina, his life was really good, and people welcomed him and everything. And then he was really close with the president from Argentina. And after the president and his father died, they kind of put him back underground and no, we don't want you here. Then these are some pictures of him, and at the top is most wanted person.
For legends, because he was so wanted and he was never found, people always thought that they saw him, or they were possible sightings, and a lot of guys were taken in question because they thought that was him, but they thought he was there were unconfirmed Mengele sightings everywhere from Argentina to Peru and several. According to some, he was hiding in a jungle laboratory in Paraguay under the protection of President Alfredo Stroessner, surrounded by former Nazi colleagues and bodyguards, perfecting his idea of mass race. But the truth was, he was completely different. He lived his final years in poverty, moving around in Paraguay and Brazil, staying with isolated families where he frequently wore out his welcome with his nature. He was helped by his family in ever dwindling circle of Nazi friends. He became paranoid, convinced that the Israelis were hot on his trail, and the stress greatly affected his health. He was a lonely, bitter man whose heart was still filled with hatred. He died in a swimming accident in Brazil in 1979.
There are just some more little pictures of him. These are some things.
Nice job.